Children, in today's session, let us learn about the Tughlaq dynasty, which ruled from 1320 to 1414. This dynasty ruled for nearly 100 years. The dynasty produced two powerful sultans, that is Muhammad bin Tughlaq and Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was the first ruler of this dynasty who ruled from 1320 to 1325 children. He was an efficient military commander who suppressed rebellions. Rebellions means who were against him, and consolidated the sultanate. Consolidated means made it strong, children, and a single unit. He was succeeded by Jauna Khan, who took the title of Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Children, the picture above shows you the tomb of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, which was constructed in 1325. A tomb is a large stone structure, children, where a person is buried after his or her death. Muhammad bin Tughlaq, 1325 to 1351, was a very powerful ruler of this dynasty, children. Ibn Battuta, a Moroccan scholar, traveler and explorer from Africa who came to India during the medieval period, children. He wrote a detailed account about Muhammad bin Tughlaq. He tells that the Sultan had great ideas and plans that failed because the common people could not understand them. Historians often differ in their opinion about Muhammad bin Tughlaq, children. The contradictions in his character led some to call him as a mixture of opposites. He could be generous and cruel, or humble and arrogant at the same time. Yet, there are others who believe that Muhammad bin Tughlaq was way ahead of his time. They believe his projects were well conceived but poorly executed. Now let's learn about some of Muhammad bin Tughlaq's administrative reforms that proved to be impractical and made him unpopular. Taxation in the Doab, children. Do you know the meaning of Doab? Doab means the land between two rivers. Muhammad wanted to expand his empire through conquest and racing wars. For this, he needed a large army, children, and increased resources to pay the army. So to get more money, the Sultan raised the land tax in the Doab region. The Doab region was facing a severe famine during this period. The meaning of famine, children: if there is no rainfall for few years, we have a drought. The drought leads to famine, children. It means extreme scarcity of food. To raise taxes at such a time was a mistake which is done by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, children. Many peasants means farmers, abandoned their land. They left their land without cultivating. Some of them revolted against him. Ultimately, the Sultan had to withdraw his orders. As a part of administrative reforms, Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to shift his capital. Before we get to learn about that, observe the map, children. It shows Muhammad bin Tughlaq's empire in 1335. In 1327, Muhammad bin Tughlaq decided to shift the capital of the empire from Delhi to Devagiri, children, which he renamed it as Daulatabad. You can clearly observe in the map above, children. Daulatabad is in present-day Maharashtra. Now let's discuss the reasons, children, why he wanted to shift the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad. The Sultan felt that he would be able to control and administer the empire better from Daulatabad, since it is located at the center of the empire. The Mongols were a constant threat to Delhi. We already learned that. Daulatabad, the Sultan thought, would be a safe place from the Mongol attacks. Muhammad bin Tughlaq ordered the entire population of Delhi to move to Daulatabad, children. People did not want to leave their homes but had to obey the Sultan's orders. However, the Sultan soon realized that it was impossible to keep a watch on the northern frontiers from Daulatabad, so he ordered a reshift of the capital back to Delhi. All those who had gone to Daulatabad were asked to move back to Delhi. The shifting of the capital from Delhi to Daulatabad was a big failure, children, which is done by Muhammad bin Tughlaq. It affected the prestige of the empire. The kingdoms of the Deccan saw this as a sign of a weak sultan and began to assert their independence. In 1329, Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced a token currency, children. There are two views about this experiment. Let us discuss them. Some historians believe that Muhammad bin Tughlaq had plans of conquest in Central Asia for which he needed more money. The others believe that there was a worldwide shortage of silver during this period. The Sultan thus issued token coins of brass and copper for day-to-day use. These coins had the same value of pure silver. Further, they could be exchanged for silver coins at any time from the royal treasury. Children, even this experiment of Muhammad bin Tughlaq was a failure, children. However, he failed to check the illegal minting of coins. The design of the coin was simple enough for ordinary craft people to copy it, children. As brass and copper were easily available and much cheaper than silver, people brought brass and copper in bulk and started minting coins at home. The kingdom was flooded with forged coins, children, that is duplicate coins. Money lost its value. Trade suffered as foreign merchants refused to accept these coins. The Sultan had to give silver coins in exchange of the forged ones. The treasury thus became empty, children. The experiment had to be withdrawn. Barani, a Muslim historian and a political thinker who lived during the Delhi Sultanate, wrote that heap of bronze coins rose like mountains near Tughlaqabad. Khorasan expedition of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, children. He wanted to expand his empire, so he decided to conquer Khorasan in Central Asia. He raised a large army and spent a lot of money on weapons and other war supplies, children. The soldiers were also given 1 year's salary in advance as an incentive. This expedition planned by Muhammad bin Tughlaq was also a failure, children. This expedition was abandoned by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, children. He realized the difficulties his army would face in an alien land. Alien land means foreign land, children. The soldiers so recruited were disbanded. The Quarachil expedition, children. To secure the northern frontiers of the Sultanate, Muhammad bin Tughlaq sent an army to the Kangra region, modern Himachal Pradesh. After annexing this region, the army proceeded towards Tibet. There it suffered heavy casualties because it rained heavily, children, in the mountainous region. According to the historian and political thinker Barani, only a handful soldiers returned from this expedition, children. Muhammad bin Tughlaq became very unpopular because of his schemes, children. He lost the trust of his nobles. The ulemas, scholars of Islamic learners, are called ulemas, children, and the common people. Revolts broke out in Bengal, Gujarat, Warangal, and other places. Two powerful regional kingdoms, Vijayanagar and Bahmani, arose in South India and the Deccan respectively. Muhammad bin Tughlaq lost control of his empire. He died in 1351. Firoz Shah Tughlaq, 1351 to 1388, was Muhammad bin Tughlaq's cousin. He felt that Muhammad bin Tughlaq had failed to consolidate his hold over the empire because he did not have the support of the nobles and the ulemas. Firoz Shah therefore decided to win over the ulemas and the nobles. He not only gave bigger iqtas to the nobles. Do you know, children, what are iqtas? Yeah, land given to the nobles by the rulers of Delhi Sultanate are called iqtas. He made those iqtas hereditary, children. The meaning of hereditary is if a noble dies, his son can become the next iqtadar. To please the ulemas, you know, children, scholars of Islamic learners, he imposed Islamic laws. Soon the nobles and the ulemas grew very powerful. They began to influence the policies of the Sultanate. Firoz Shah's reign witnessed numerous rebellions. The main to be discussed, children, the revolts by the governors of Bihar and Bengal. The Sultan failed to suppress these revolts. Firoz Shah is often called a reformer king. He did much for his people. He built many canals, tanks, wells, hospitals, and rest houses. He established many towns such as Jaunpur, Firozpur, Firozshabad, and Hisar Firoza. He also built many educational institutions. Many Sanskrit texts were translated into Persian and Arabic during his reign. After the death of Firoz Shah, his empire disintegrated, broken children. Many regions became independent. Soon, the Sultanate was reduced to Delhi and its surrounding areas. Children, in the next session, we are going to learn how the Tughlaq dynasty has ended and the beginning of the Sayyid dynasty.